So it's day two of the Munich Security Conference in Germany. Security has been heightened after news of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's death on Friday. Hundreds of world leaders and also military officers and diplomats at this moment are in Munich for the three-day annual conference that has been dubbed as the Davos of Defense. At a panel discussion of the conference that included leaders from several nations, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that there is an extraordinary opportunity in the months ahead for Israel to be integrated into the Middle East. Now, Blinken was in fact speaking in the backdrop of the Arab nations who are willing to normalize ties with the State of Israel. He also highlighted the urgent need to proceed with a Palestinian state that would ensure the security of Israel.
I think there's an extraordinary opportunity before Israel in the months ahead to actually, once and for all, end that cycle. And it's because there's some new facts that didn't exist before when there were efforts to make peace between Israelis and Palestinians, starting with the fact that virtually every Arab country now genuinely wants to integrate Israel into the region, to normalize relations if they haven't already done so, to provide security assurances and commitments so that Israel can feel more safe and more secure.
Now, the issues at the center stage of this conference are the war in Israel and Ukraine, as well as fears over U.S. commitment to defense if Donald Trump is re-elected as the President of the United States. The Washington's top diplomat Antony Blinken and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived at the venue. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg called on the United States of America to deliver what it promised to Ukraine at a time when a $60 billion package of military aid has been blocked in the American Congress.
It's not for me to give advice on how to pass legislation through the US Congress, but what I can say is the vital and urgent need for the US to decide on a package for Ukraine, because we need that support, and we have a burden sharing between Europe and Canada and the United States, so now it's for the US to deliver what they have promised.
Now, President Volodymyr Zelensky made a fresh appeal for shortage of munitions. His call at the gathering of 180 leaders and defense chiefs at the Munich Security Conference has come at a critical juncture, with Ukraine's troops having been forced to withdraw from the frontline city of Avdiivka to avoid being encircled.
Dear friends, unfortunately, keeping Ukraine in the artificial deficit of weapons, particularly in deficit of artillery and long-range capabilities, allows Putin to adapt to the current intensity of the war.
Now, on the sidelines of the Global Security Conference, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with the leaders and officials from Armenia, Ukraine and France. Blinken, in fact, sat down with the Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and the Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba. Washington's top diplomat used the opportunity to highlight the significance of the death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.